And here we are, game number 2. It's the Code A. It's the first round of the Code A at the GSL, sponsored by Sony Ericsson and G-Skill. And at the bottom left we have Slayer's YugiOh, a Zerg player that has been able to take the last map in this best of 3 matchup against his opponent. Starting at the top right, the red Zerg player, it is MinSeok. YugiOh is one of those players who has, a Zerg record of roughly 36% games that he was able to win in this matchup, so he's not the best in the mirror matchup. And MinSeok, if he really wants to prove that he's able to participate in Code A, that his win at the Code A qualifier was not just a fluke, but he is able to play on a constant high level, then he needs to take out YugiOh. He needs to win this map if he wants to force a third one. That would take place on Altar. The map is a little bit different than Calm Before Storm. It's a 2-player map, so the scouting positions, the starting positions are obvious. Of course, it's a little bit smaller, therefore we could expect a little bit more of early game aggression. Let's have a look at that's actually what's going to happen. Both players are on 14 supply right now, both are on 15. Looks like an early expansion for both of these guys once again. The last game was kind of nice. I really liked that we saw Ultralists in the end as well, but also those Mutalisks were quite nice. That's been a strategy that has been played for quite a while now. But the thing is, MinSeok had a little bit of an advantage because he had his Mutalisks out early in the game and he tried to attack his opponent, but he focused on killing those Overlords. That's obviously also a huge deal if you can't supply block your opponent, but it's not really a crucial thing. Killing the Overlords doesn't hurt you all that much if you're a Zerg player. You will have those excess minerals at some point, and therefore replacing Overlords is just not really a biggie. What is more of a problem is if you are able to dye your opponent gas. So if you are able to kill some of these extractors, he won't be able to catch up on your advantage in gas, and that's something you should always aim for. Try to kill queens in order to limit his ability to produce additional lava. Try to just simply kill the extractors so that he can't mine as much gas as you can, and then you will always be ahead in Infestors, you will be ahead in Tech, you will be ahead in Mutalisks. That's something you want to achieve. So that initial attack by MinSeok was basically rendered useless by YugiOh, and later on when YugiOh already had those Infestors out on the map and MinSeok made the mistake of clustering his Mutalisks, attacking and just running blindly into all those mass fungals, that was a huge turn in the game, and YugiOh just took a commanding lead. From that point on, the Slayer's player was always ahead and MinSeok in a lot of trouble. But that's the second game right now, and this is of course completely different game because we have Daybreak now, not Calm Before Storm, so we can expect a slight change in strategies. We already have the metabolic boost for YugiOh. As you can see, the queens pop out as well, and YugiOh is going for that Zergling Baneling style that I've been talking about earlier already. On a map like this makes a lot of sense. You can already see that MinSeok is just trying to get a spine crawler at his expansion, which I like kind of a lot. If you want to deal with the Banelings of your opponent and you don't want to play with Banelings yourself, then you should always just try to get a spine crawler, and you need something to deal with those Banelings. You might block your choke with 2 queens, but you also can rely on a spine crawler in order to focus fire the Banelings of your opponent. And yeah, that's the Roach Warren. Okay, he's trying to hide it, but is he able to do so? It looks like it. Those Zerglings die, so at the moment, for the time being, YugiOh is not aware of the tactic of his opponent. He might just try, kind of guess it because there hasn't been a Baneling nest in the main base, but besides that, with the Roaches out, YugiOh should not be able to deal all too much damage to his opponent with the Baneling play. But let's have a look at the supply numbers. We have 30 drones for MinSeok and we have 30 for his opponent, so both guys are roughly even in economy. We have the first Banelings in the mix for YugiOh, who's just using them defensively. That's a spine crawler for the Team Slayers player now. And yeah, this is probably going really interesting. Oh, that was a close one. And he's just trying to sneak into the Bane base, maybe kill the occasional drone or 2, and here we go. Having a look at what his opponent is doing, maybe taking out one drone or another, and the Banelings are just a little bit too slow. I was about to say that, but well, then he apparently didn't really pay attention to it, and at that point of time, one Baneling was all there was to put an end to that Zergling harass. Oh, that Overlord is just... no, I don't think he would have been able to get that Overlord after all, so no, that's fine. Overlord just retreating. We have 45 drones from MinSeok, getting ahead of YugiOh, who's on 39 for the time being. And a slight lead in overall supply for the Red Zerg player as well. We have MinSeok on 60 against 49 supply. Both players are attacking to lair now. We have 4 gas for MinSeok, as do we do for YugiOh. So both players are playing with 4 gas right now, getting a lot of it to support their upgrades, and of course once again that Spire. We have that Spire out from MinSeok once again, and he's getting an evolution chamber at the same time, but YugiOh now trying to expand once more, trying to squeeze in the 3rd hatchery, get ahead in economy, and at the same time with MinSeok doing exactly the same. So regarding the macro, both players play really similar, but with a slight difference in styles. With the early Roach is out for MinSeok. He was in a nice position to defend against incoming shenanigans like Banelings or all-ins from YugiOh. At the same time, we have a Zergling run by trying to take out that Queen. Not quite able to do so. Oh, that was a close one though. And maybe that Queen won't be able to take out the Overseer. There's no way that's gonna happen. Oh, this is kind of interesting. We have double Spire for YugiOh, and that could mean 2 things. First of all, it could mean that actually he built the wrong building. Yes, he did. He's going to place down an infestation pit. We realized what's happening, and the attempt to actually kill that 3rd base with the Zerglings, but no, has to retreat as YugiOh is just paying attention to the minimap and of course his base, and immediately trying to defend with his own Zerglings. We have a small run by with some Zerglings as well, trying to put some pressure on the 3rd base of MinSeok, but those Roaches get the better of them. And here we go. Maybe he's able to take out the Roaches and might try to target down that hatchery. At the same time, we have the first Mutalisks on the field. There go all those Roaches. 2 more of them are being targeted down by the Zergling. Oh, right now MinSeok needs to be careful. He doesn't have all too many units. There are the Banelings. Oh! That was a little bit unexpected, I guess. He didn't really account for those Banelings, and therefore all his Zerglings got killed, but he has some Mutalisks on the map already. Pathogen glands being researched by YugiOh, and MinSeok needs to be careful now. He's getting an infestation pit himself. He's on the same amount of drones as his opponent, 60 to 60, 10 Mutalisks against 9. Thing is that he needs to be really careful about what he's going to do now, as those infestors will be a pain in the ass for him to deal with. There we go, once again a small number of Zerglings trying to harass the 3rd base of YugiOh, but he's paying attention once more, and those Mutalisks are able to defend that 3rd base. 86 overall supply against 98. Pathogen glands being researched for MinSeok right now, and he's just slightly behind. MinSeok now is a little bit behind in tech. He has more Mutalisks than his opponents. He has 14 against 9, but he needs to be aware that there will be infestors in the play once more, and therefore if he is caught by a fungal again, that could prove to be his downfall. And there's some harassment going on, trying to take out that extractor. That's exactly what I've been talking about. Try to deny your opponent's gas. Try to kill those extractors, but oh, this is brutal. He's probably losing 3 more Mutalisks with a little bit of bad luck. He might just be able to fly them back to safety, maybe even transfuse them with a Queen. Would be quite a nice touch to it. Both players on 3 bases, 114 against 118 supply. We have upgrades now. +2 attack upgrade for the Zerglings is being researched as well as +2 attack upgrade for the Roaches. And yeah, so both players just focusing on their primary units. We have more Banelings being produced. The melee units of YugiOh, as I just mentioned, with +1 attack already. We have a 4th base being built for the Slayer's player. Immediately scouted by MinSeok, and he is just getting additional upgrades for his Roaches. He's getting Hydralisks now as well, and the range upgrade for the Hydralisks too. So let's have another look at YugiOh. He's now just building Spine Crawlers. He knows about the army composition of his opponent, wants to be safe, that even though he's trying to harass his enemy, he's still able to defend his own main base. And there we go, one extractor down. And this is starting to limit the gas. Oh, nice fungals here. Taking out 3 mutalisks in the process. That's actually a really nice trap. That's a really nice trap that YugiOh laid out for MinSeok, and the red Zerg player lost 3 of his mutalisks still. Here we go again. Oh, what about those infestors? Turning around immediately. He has to be careful. MinSeok really has to be careful what he's doing right now. There we go. Funnels on both sides. Awesome funnels by YugiOh. There are those infested Terrans. But as you can see, YugiOh is coming... MinSeok is coming out ahead in this encounter. And he's just now trying to chase down his opponent. He's ahead in supply already. Another fungal. Oh, and those mules need to be careful. What the hell is he doing? Another fungal will kill all of them. He needs to pay more attention what's happening with the mutalisks. There's another one, and here we go, fungal number 3. All those mutalisks are just about to die. He's throwing them away now. He doesn't really need them anymore, and he's just trying to get YugiOh to use all his energy on his infestors to kill the mutalisks. That won't do him any good in the later stages of the game anyways. So now he's just focusing on the roaches, on the hydralisks, and on zerglings as well for a small run by, so that he can attack at 2 places at the same time. We have that 4th base coming up for MinSeok now as well, and he's attacking the 4th of YugiOh. Oh, very, very nice. Well done. He will be able to take that one out. At the same time, we have another encounter. Nice transfuse on the Spinecrawler, but will it be enough? Certainly doesn't look like it. The Queen's down as well. The Spinecrawler's already down, and now the drones are under attack. Comes the army of MinSeok taking out all those Zerglings, and we have... a hatchery with 130 hit points. That was a close one. Immediately starting to throw down 3 Spinecrawlers. As you can see, now we have 4 harvesters in gas for MinSeok. A small blunder by the Zerg player in red, getting a 5th base. At the same time, he's still ahead with the 50 supply. We have armor upgrades being researched for both players now. Both are just trying to put a lot of their money in gas, a lot of their minerals in gas in upgrades. Yeah, this is starting to look very, very good for MinSeok. He has a 166 supply against 121. He has a nice army composition. He's actually way ahead in army supply, as his economy is based on 58 drones. In comparison, his opponent has 70 supply bumped up in drones. Therefore, the army supply, let's actually have a look at that, is 125 supply, 125 army supply for MinSeok, and only about 50 for his opponent. And that 4th base is doomed. That 4th base is doomed. Everything is just going to die. That Baneling nest, I actually have no idea why he built a Baneling nest. He already had one in this main base, though there was no need for it at all. And here we go, beautiful fungal, getting a lot of those Hydralisks. Hydras only have 80 HP. And is he really going to attack into all these Spinecrawlers? There are a lot of infested Terrans as well. MinSeok needs to be careful right now. He really needs to be careful. He shouldn't overcommit to this attack. He's losing a lot of units. Is immediately trying to replenish them with additional roaches. And here we go. More infested Terrans for both players. But there are still a lot of Spinecrawlers and an awesome amount of infestors. Just have a look at that. That's about 10 infestors right there. We have 12 to 6 infestors, and YugiOh definitely came out ahead after this encounter. But don't forget, keep in mind that there are still 5 bases, 5 mining bases for MinSeok and only 3 for his opponent. And once again, YugiOh tries to rely on Ultralists. He researching Richitina's plating, is building the first Ultralists as well. There's a small run by at the bottom with the Zerglings attacking the 4th base of the red Zerg player. And here we go, all the Hydralists trying to kill all the Spinecrawlers, succeed in that. But will they be able to take out that base as well? I seriously doubt it. Where are those Ultralists? He really needs those Ultralists, but he focuses down. MinSeok focuses down the hatchery, and right now there's just nothing YugiOh can do. He's back. He's down on 110 supply, losing a lot of drones as well. He was able to take out that base at the bottom right, and there's a huge blunder by MinSeok. He's throwing away a lot of drones, but she should be fine. He's on 183 supply. He was able to take out 2 bases of YugiOh. So right now we have 4 bases for MinSeok and only 2 for YugiOh. Even though YugiOh has that tech going for him, he has those Ultralisks, he has +2 attack, he's getting +3 attack right now, he's getting +2 armor as well, and those Ultralisks will obviously put a number onto the Ro48 combination of MinSeok, but still with a supply lead that huge, MinSeok should be fine, and he's attacking once more, trying to focus down his opponent's forces, but wow, what a huge amount of infestors. Look at that, 17 of them. This guy's just crazy, that's just insane. Funneling everything, and here we go, those Ultralisks trying to attack with their splash damage, but immediately being focused down by the Hydras and Roaches, and now the infestors are dying as well. This doesn't look good for YugiOh. He's just losing so many units. He's down to 100 supply against 180, and there are still 4 bases for MinSeok. He's just retreating now just a little bit. That's actually looking fairly good for him right now. He might be able to take that second game. He's doubling the supply of his opponent. And okay, let's have another look at the economy of YugiOh. He is currently with 880 minerals and 480 gas per minute in comparison to the 1,600 of MinSeok and 600 gas. So yeah, that's a huge advantage for MinSeok right there, especially as there are no minerals, nearly no minerals left in the main base of YugiOh. So yeah, MinSeok in a commanding position right now, doubling the supply of his opponent, decent upgrades, 2 attack, 1 armor. Should probably get some more armor and attack upgrades right now. He could well, there's just no risk for him. He really needs to upgrade his lair to a hive tech. He has the infestation pit, so yes, here we go. Thank you very much, buddy. Thanks for making me look good. At the same time that I mention it, he's deciding to actually do exactly that. But he needs to get the +2 armor upgrade. He needs to get the +2 armor upgrade, and he should try to deny that 3rd base of his opponent. He is way ahead right now, but if he gives YugiOh the chance to recover, that might bite him later on. We have only 7 infestors for YugiOh at the moment, 9 for MinSeok. He has 38 roaches and 16 Hydralisks as well, now taking out a bunch of overlords. Here we go, all of them are going to die, and this could be the final push in the game. That's everything that YugiOh has. He needs to defend that 3rd base. All those Ultralisks, 8 in total, are not just now attacking. There are the funnels from both sides. Those Ultralisks tearing through the Hydralisks and the Roaches. Wow, but will it be enough? It certainly doesn't look like it. 170 supply still for MinSeok after this encounter, and 80 for his opponent. There are a lot of infested swarm eggs being produced by the infestors, and that 3rd base will most certainly die to that attack. Here we go, it's being focused on right now, and that would put an end to YugiOh in this match, as yes, that is just no way. He doesn't have any income at all right now. As you can see, there are only those 2 mineral patches left at his expansion, and therefore his mining is down to 300 in comparison to 1,200 MinSeok. I don't think, yes, there it is, the GG. YugiOh losing game number 2 to MinSeok, and MinSeok therefore being able to tie the series. Okay guys, apparently a lot of you are having trouble viewing 2 streams at the same time. So if you want to do that, then just go to gomtv.net, go to the forum and find out how to watch 2 streams at the same time. There's actually some way to do that, and if you want to find out, just have a look at gomtv.net at the forum. And yeah, please feel free to share that information with all the other viewers out there that might at this time be on one of the on the other stream. So yeah, gomtv.net, go to the forum, and you can find out how you can watch 2 streams at the same time. I'll mention it once again because I think that we will have a lot more viewers than we did in the start right now. We have the Code A, the first round of Code A, and this is the second stream. There are 2 streams today. One stream is with me. You're currently listening, apparently, because, well, if not, you wouldn't be able to hear that. So I'm Caldo, and the other stream is being commentated by Wolf and Doa. I'm on my own today, which is a little bit awkward for me as well, because usually with the GSL stream you will always have 2 commentators, which makes things much easier. Usually you have a second monitor where you can look up statistics, you can look up background information on the players, and of course it's always nice to have somebody else you can have a dialogue with in order to talk a little bit about the strategy, about the game, what people could do. And of course 2 people miss a lot less than 1 single person. But we want to provide for you the best coverage possible. We want to provide as many streams as possible, and with the new Code A system there are just so many games taking place at the same time, so we decided on providing you with a second stream. And yeah, we don't have any commercials running on this one, as you might have already noticed. So in the breaks during the games you will need to listen to me talk about the matches and explaining to you how all of that stuff works. Right now I'm at the office of GOM actually. I'm controlling the camera myself, so sorry if I missed the occasional run by. It's a little bit harder if you are doing it on your own and you don't have a second person with you, but yeah, we are just trying to give you a perfect coverage, and I hope that you enjoy today's games. We have YugiOh against MinSeok, the 3rd game coming up. That will be the deciding game, and after that we will have a Terran versus Protoss. And thanks to John for handing me another piece of paper, which explains to me how to watch 2 streams at the same time. So if you have your GOM player open and you're watching one of the streams, press F5, and on the preference screen check allow multiple instances of GOM player to be opened. That's basically all there's to it. If you watch if you watch the stream, just press 5 on the GOM player and there will be the preference screen, and you need to check allow multiple instances of GOM player to be open. Then you will be able to watch 2 streams at a time. You can, well, if you're really good at multitasking, you can obviously watch both of them and listen to both audios at the same time, but I don't think that a lot of you will be able to accomplish that. Maybe the women are amongst us. I was told that women are awesome at multitasking. I'm certainly not, and therefore I would probably just mute one of them. So, yeah. Zerg vs. Zerg coming up. I actually like the music in the background. I have no idea if you are able to hear that, but whoever is selecting the music for the GSL is just doing an awesome job. That's brilliant. Okay, so yeah, I've been here for just a few weeks in Seoul, Korea, and that's actually the first day that I'm in the GOM office, not in the studio. It's about an hour's drive from where we live right now, from where the GOM house is in Mokdong. And yeah, I kind of enjoyed so far. My stay in Korea has been quite a blast. I've been casting the Arena of Legends so far, the Team Ace Invitational, and we had a lot of fun. I've been casting with Moltra most of the time, and I will be casting the Arena of Legends at the weekend as well. Not only with Moltra, but I will also be paired up with Wolf at some point. Really looking forward to that. With Doa, I was able to commentate another stream. Moltrap, I had 2 awesome Arena of Legends streams. I enjoyed it a lot. I hope you did too. And I'm eager to know how it's going to be to cast with Wolf. I hope that will be as much fun as with the other 2 guys. Today I'll do a solo cast. They basically said, okay guys, we need to set up a second stream. How do we do that? We have a small studio in the office. We can use that. It's normally used for different shows. But yeah, we don't have a camera that we could use today. But yeah, we are going to do this. But we can only set it up for 1 caster to cast it. So who's going to do it? And everybody was like, oh well, yeah, I don't know. No, I don't know. So they decided to let the new guy do it. And yeah, here I am. No, I'm just kidding. That's not the way it worked. But yeah, still. It's kind of an experiment. So they threw me into the cold water and were like, okay, are you confident doing it? Are you confident casting on your own? Are you confident casting and talking, just trying to tell people out there a little bit of stuff during the breaks? And I was like, yeah, just go for it. As long as we are able to provide 2 streams to the viewers and cover all the games and not only a small number of them, I'll be happy to do that. So, yeah. Let's go. You can see today's games, by the way, so you should be able to see them on the stream right now. I'm really excited about the 3rd match. Curious against the STC will be just amazing. but for now we are focusing on the third game. We have a little bit of a break right now. So YugiOh winning the first map, losing the second one to MinSeok, and I have no idea who's going to win. Actually, MinSeok did a really good job in the second game. He's one of those new players who was able to, well, not really new players, but he's not as accomplished as other players participating in Code A and Code S, and he was able to take the second game. He won the Code A qualifier and won the final against General with 2-1. I was actually able to watch those games and they were brilliant. I have to say that, yeah, General put up quite a fight. MinSeok in the end succeeded in winning the game.